Yeah, so Brian, Chick-fil-A has now opened up in Toronto. I'm sure you've heard
Mhm.
about that. And by the way, sorry you guys, I had to redo this video because Brian's voice wasn't being heard because I had my headphones in. Skype really irritates me.
Yeah.
Um, First of all, you wanted to say something quick about the 9/11 anniversary. Just make it
Oh,
very, very, very
yeah,
brief.
sure.
Just
Uh,
two
18
words.
years, 9/11, we will never forget. We remember those 3,000 Americans who patriotic Americans who lost their lives 18 years ago on this dreadful day. We stand with America. We stand against the war. We stand with the war against terrorism. And may Americans live free and prosperous. And yeah.
All right. Well, talking about freedom and all that stuff, um, it looks like there are a lot of people who maybe aren't allowed to have certain freedom, or at least certain freedom to think certain ways. And that's certainly true with Chick-fil-A because, I mean, and I agree with everything you said about 9/11, but, they've opened now in Toronto. And of course, many people on the social left are extremely angry about it.
Oh yeah.
I've heard stories that happened when the grand opening took place. People literally trying to barricade the front door and everything. I just want you to let me know what are some of the things that you heard about what happened on the grand opening, some of the chaos that occurred. Now,
Well,
let's just keep
I
in
saw
mind that a lot of the welcome was actually pretty positive. A lot of people went and spent
inside the
money and
store
all this
was,
stuff.
but this is
Yeah.
what happens. So, these crazy LGBT groups. What is it? Okay, 519 and Liberation Toronto, and a couple of vegan groups. They had they were protesting outside, and they were shouting, screaming profanities at the people going outside, calling them racist, homophobic. All the typical things that these trashy SJWs do. And they were filming people in hopes that they could dox them and just ruin their lives, just for going into a fast food restaurant. Um, so yeah, there were some scuffles back and forth. They had those groups, and they had some of those, really weird drag queens, creepy drag queens who probably do those, children, those story time things at the library. And they were shouting at people, and you had alternative media like the Rebel, for example. They were going and filming people outside. And they found a gay couple, and they said, we're just here for the chicken. Those people are crazy. They're stupid. They don't represent us. And yeah, they're just they're really Michael. I don't even know what they can accomplish with
All
this. I
right.
really
So
don't know.
the thing is what is it about Chick-fil-A? I mean, I used to live in the deep south. Okay, I used to live. I went to high school there. I mean, Chick-fil-A was like dog poo in a park. It was everywhere. I
Yeah.
mean, I heard things about them not opening on Sundays and things like that,
Well, the
which didn't
CEO
was fine.
Dan
But hang
Cathy,
on
he's a Christian.
one second. Sorry. And I've heard those things, and so, but then I heard that someone was pro-life or didn't agree with gays or something like that.
So
What is it about
yeah.
Chick-fil-A that gets these kind of people so angry?
Well, the CEO Dan Cathy, he's a Christian. I think he's evangelical Christian, and he's used his own money to contribute to pro traditional marriage causes. I'm not sure about abortion or anything, but he's contributed to quite a few pro traditional marriage causes, but he has not taken any of those. He hasn't done anything to interfere with, so say the people who work there, or the customers that come in. Anything that they try to say about that is a total myth. He's literally just used his own money to contribute to these causes. And you know, as we talked about this yesterday. It's important to leave politics and business out of everything. Um,
You were saying that he's given his own money to these
yeah.
sort of causes, and we're talking about freedom and all this sort of stuff because of 9/11. And I mean, if this guy is going to take his hard-earned money and send it to these people, I mean, I don't see what's the problem. I'm not
That's
a
his
big social
business.
conservative myself, but I'll still go there because I think they have good chicken. And I told you, black person said good chicken, it's gonna be good chicken. I'm just saying. Nobody cares if you say it's good chicken. It's what I say because we know chicken. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And they have good
yeah,
chicken strips. But
yeah,
Brian, you are a social conservative yourself.
yeah,
You have your own channel. I don't know if it's an official channel or not. I've seen some of the videos that you've done. But I
yeah.
mean, okay, let's see if you're fair.
Okay.
If somebody were to a CEO were to give his money to pro-choice or pro-abortion people, I mean, okay, maybe you have the choice just not to go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
But
Like
would you
Olive
block
Garden
or
supports Planned
barricade
Parenthood.
people from
Okay, I don't need to go
would
there.
you block or barricade people from trying to go or attack or go crazy like these people did on the
No,
grand opening?
no, I don't have time to do that. I'm a busy man. I'm a busy man. I don't have time to do that. Nor would I use my energy to do that. That's not going to solve anything. I don't know what that would do.
Well, yeah, it's just I think it's that thing that really irritates me that
Yeah,
these guys have this sort of um, my thing in their head that Toronto is their city, and their
yeah.
beliefs are all that matter. And don't you
You know what it
dare
is?
come in
It's
here with
people
your
that
Christian. Hang on a second. Don't you dare come in here with your Christian self and your gay self and your gay hating or gay destructing self and your anti-abortion self. This is ours. I mean, Toronto. Let's put it this way: Faith Goldie, as somebody who I know moderately well, got third place in the city of Toronto. So I mean, and Rob Ford, who is not exactly, I mean, I don't think he's anti-gay, but he's not a gay pride
no, he just
lover.
said he
I
didn't
mean,
want to
he
march in the
won
Pride
he
Parade.
won and he won in Toronto. So I mean, there's a lot of people in Toronto who would welcome Chick-Fil-A here. So I mean,
Yeah,
talk about freedom. I mean, if you don't like the damn place, just don't go. But don't go and
yeah.
barricade the place and insult and humiliate people who go there. Because I'm gonna tell
But
you right
that's
now, tomorrow I'm going there, and I want someone to do something about it.
I don't know if there'll be protesters tomorrow, but listen, this is a pattern with the left. You saw what they did in Portland, and you saw what they did to say Milo stuff. You see what they do to Trump supporters at Trump rallies, or even now like People's Party events. Now they do that there. It's definitely it's a pattern in it, and they literally live in like one big bubble where anyone who has even the slightest dissenting opinion outside of it, they ostracize them. So it's like they literally think in their mind they see Dan Cathy, Chick-Fil-A, they literally see Nazi symbol right there. Like they literally that's how they see it. Even though it's not true, that is how they see it, unfortunately. So it's like
Brian,
they're
are
not
you
in
going to
reality.
Chick-Fil-A?
And
When
a
are you
lot of those
going?
people there that are protesting there, like honestly,
Brian, when are you going to Chick-Fil-A?
whenever I'm down next in Toronto, I'm a pretty busy person, So
Well,
whenever
you
I get
should
to go down in
probably.
Toronto,
I know I'm going tomorrow because I have some errands to do in Toronto, but I
I
will for
definitely would like to come.
sure
I'll come
be
with you sometime.
stopping.
But can I make one more point to
Yes.
with Chick-fil-A? This is what the mainstream media will not. They'll never mention this. Do you remember when the Pulse nightclub shooting happened in Orlando in June 2016?
Yeah.
So Chick-fil-A, they opened their store on a Sunday because the clinic nearby, they had a blood drive for people who wanted to donate blood to the victims who got shot up there. So they opened their Chick-fil-A and they gave the people who donated blood free food that day. Does that sound like something, homophobic or anti-gay? Like,
Oh, that's
and
good.
they won't acknowledge that. CNN, CBC, the Toronto Star, the New York Times, MSNBC, all those dishonest places, they will never acknowledge that. It's it's pretty sad, but
It sounds like it just sounds like the guy's just somebody who has beliefs. I mean, look, if we were going to judge people on beliefs, I mean, we wouldn't be able to shop anywhere. Wouldn't be able
Yeah,
to go anywhere. Might as well just make our own stuff from the
pretty
trees and
much.
from the ground and all that stuff. Because I mean, all these CEOs, they're all human beings. They're gonna believe in things, and they're going to, especially in this day and age, they're going to express that. And most of them are leftist beliefs. And so, I mean, for this one to have these sort of center right, social conservative beliefs, it really doesn't bother me. I mean, Hugo Boss literally made uniforms for the Nazis, and they're still up and running, thriving. I mean, the Waltons of Walmart. I mean, all these sort of people. They all had Tyson's meats. All these people have political. Honestly, the only time I ever boycott a restaurant is when I don't like what they serve. Like
Yeah,
Starbucks, for example, has a bad reputation politically. And I said many years ago that I was going to boycott them, but not because I ever went to Starbucks. I never went to Starbucks to begin with. I
yeah,
don't buy coffee. I
yeah,
make coffee here in my kitchen right here. I never
yeah,
buy coffee. I never buy tea. So
yeah.
people have to understand that these guys, there's even people on the right, there's some Facebook groups where they say, oh, boycott this company. The CEO said something bad about Trump or this and that. I'm not
Boycott
going to do that.
Nike.
I've got
Colin
Nike
Kaepernick.
stuff all in my closet. I'm going to continue going to Nike
Yeah.
because many of their clothes are good. Many of their products are good. Let them talk what they want to talk as long as they're not talking about, killing people or whatever. Okay, fine.
And you do. You have the freedom to be able to decide, okay, I don't like this place. I'm not going to go there.
Well,
I
that's
don't like
another
Whole
option
Foods, okay?
too.
I don't like Whole Foods organic crap there, okay? So I'm not going to go there. I mean, it is a really left wing place, but I don't like their products, like you said. So I'm not going to go there.
Well, that's
But
another thing too. If you don't like something because of their political belief, then you don't go. But I mean,
yeah,
for them to go and stand out there in the hot sun, protesting people up in
and then
Chick-Fil-A,
try to destroy
it's a
their
very
lives too.
idle thing to do. And they try to destroy their lives, as you
And
said,
dox them.
doxing them.
It's just crazy.
Doxing, for those of you who don't know what doxing means, it's when they take your information and put it all over on the internet. I think Jonathan Yaniv did something like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if he did. You know what?
I put my information up there anyway. You don't want to dox me? Go on ahead. You call this number and see what the surprise you're gonna get. Come on over here. Here I am.
You know what I thought? I was just thinking. The Canadian federal election 2019 just kicked off today. If the Liberals get really desperate, maybe they'll go after the Toronto Chick-Fil-A. It could happen if they get really desperate.
Well, they're probably going to win.
But that's probably
that
something
election
Jack
I'm not
think
really interested in myself. That election is a lot for... Honestly, at the end of the day, that election, it doesn't matter who we vote for. It's God. God has already said that Justin Trudeau is a son of Satan. So you all Canucks can vote for Trudeau. You can vote for him, give him 10 majorities. At the end of the day, God says he's the son of Satan. Brian, I was about to call you Justin Trudeau a second. Last words, Brian.
I may punch you right now.
I know, right? Last words, Brian. Last words.
Okay, guys, I'm just going to say this. If you don't like a business, just don't shop there, okay? If you don't like it, don't, have a SJW hissy fit and get your hair all blue back. I don't like this place. Like, just don't, okay? You know what? As I said again, Whole Foods, Olive Garden, I'm not a fan of their products. I'm just not going to go there. Just, get a life. Don't be so woke that you got to destroy people's lives. I think that's the biggest problem today is people are just and they'll use these, these protests, they'll just use this to, virtue signal and capitalize for themselves, which is pretty sad, I'm actually surprised left-wing politicians haven't been, trying to, hashtag boycott Chick-fil-A Toronto. I'm surprised they haven't seen any of that. But
all right,
if you
Brian,
don't like it, just don't shop.
Yeah, we're almost out of time. We're out of time now, Brian. So I'll leave it at that. You take care of yourself, okay?
Okay.
And this is the